Okay, so we wait for a little bit. Okay, so what time is it? I will start at about 2 more minutes. Okay, so we have Ian, Ling, and Rahim. Kenny. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 more minute. Okay, so the first thing, I'm not going to show your grade book here. So your job is to look at that and see what you are missing. So if you miss 10 in a row, I will automatically remove you. So I mean that, okay, so I push you more for that. Okay. It doesn't matter which one you do, but if I see 10 in a row, then I will remove you off the group. So I hope that I don't do that. And then I don't want to show that, but now I will post in the group everything I post in the classroom for the week. For example, start from Monday, it will be all about the topic for the next week that we are working on. So every 3 topics, I will do the speaking with you. So make sure the first one is talking about yourself. You have to memorize that. At this stage, is that this level, you memorize what I fix or corrected for you. But then on the go, you will learn more topics, you will have more vocabularies, you will have more connecting words, everything. So you can, whatever, you can jump and combine your ideas. At that time, it would be okay for me. But for this time, I want you to stick with the structure, right? Then you will see how you switch to being more flexible at that stage. And I hope it will be happening. Okay, so every topic we go over, every 3 topics, I will have a speaking test with you. Okay. All right. So far, everyone turned in the script except some of you guys not, but it's fine. It's your choice. Okay. So today, the next question that we will learn how to answer. Okay. The types of questions is refer A to B. So you refer activity A to activity B, right? Refer means you like more than the other one. So what kind of question this should be? It can be, do you prefer writing letters or sending emails, right? So which one you like better, right? So in order to answer this one, I will show you the template that I'm looking for. Okay. The other question can be, do you prefer talking on the phone or chatting online? Okay. Do you guys hear me? Thumb up if you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay. So which one you like better, talking on the phone or chatting online? Of course, you should pick one, right? Do you prefer to travel by cars or planes? You pick one, right? Would you rather live in an apartment or in a single house? Right? You pick one. Those kind of the same question. If people ask you these kinds of questions, this is the template that you can answer. Okay. Do you refer to live in the countryside or in a big city? Right. Do you refer, what else? Do you refer, is that the same? Okay, the same. Let me delete it. Okay. Okay, so how to answer this question? First, you need to state which one you prefer. Okay, you need to tell me which one. So have that in your mind. Number two, because you pick this one rather than the other one, you need to compare them. You need to compare these two things, right? Why you choose this? And of course, you give the reasons, an example, explain why. So that is those are three things that I'm looking in your answer, right? You cannot just say, oh, I prefer to live in the countryside rather than live in the city, and that's it. That is just the first thing you tell me. You say which one you prefer, but you didn't compare life in the city and life in the countryside, right? And you didn't explain it to me. So make sure you have the three. That's why your answer is very short. It's just you state the opinion, that's it, okay? So make sure you remember this one, okay? Now, in order to do this one, we have some structural grammar. Of course, I posted in the group. This is the main thing we do today. The main thing is we use this structure. Prefer, verb in to verb in. There are two ways to use, right? For example, I prefer reading, verb in, reading newspaper, to another verb in watching TV, right? So this is what you state your opinion. You like reading more than you like watching, right? So the first thing you did, or you can use this structure. Now I want you to pick one, right? To pick one at this time, whatever you feel comfortable with. Prefer to verb rather than verb. I prefer to cycle rather than take the bus, right? So you write down what structure you want to use for this speaking, right? Write it down and stick with that structure only. Now the thing is why we have we learn more structure, the same meaning but different structure, but because people can use different way. But right now at this stage, I just want you to stick with one you feel comfortable with. Okay, write it down. Okay. All right, so let's do some exercise for this. I put the structure here for you to see, right? So now stick with your, okay, I'll call you to do that in. Which one you stick with? Structure 1 or 2? Being unmute yourself. So which one? Number 1 and number 2?
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay, so now make your sentence.
I prefer watching.
Watching? Okay.
To
watching news, right? News on TV.
On TV.
To
reading news.
No, to listening. Remember these two for TV. To listening.
To
It on the radio.
it.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay, so you need to stick with this structure, okay? All right. Next one. Lynn. Which one you stick with?
Yes. Number 1.
One, okay. Now your sentence.
Yes. I prefer cooking at home.
Now follow this one. This is the two activities right here.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I prefer chatting online to talk by phone.
To talking.
To talking.
over the phone.
over the phone.
So learn this phrase over the phone or on the phone. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So you stick with your structure. Okay. You stick with this. Okay. Next, Rahim.
Yes, sir.
Which one you pick? First structure or the second structure? You're on mute, Rahim. Rahim, can you hear me? Okay. So tell me
Sorry,
which.
sir, I have internet.
Okay. So should I come back to you? You okay now?
I'm okay, sir.
Okay. So which structure you stick with? Stick with one structure. The first one or the second one? This is the first one and this is the second one. Which one? Okay, I think Rahim connection is something wrong. Okay, I come back. Kenny, can you do this one?
Okay, I prefer living in the countryside to living in a big city.
Okay, so you stick with the first one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I prefer living in the countryside, right? To living in a big city. What is that? All right, next, Rahim, are you okay this time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, I prefer cycling rather than taking a bus.
Cycling. You
Rather than
which structure you use? The first or the second one?
the second one.
The second one. So this will be two. Right? I prefer to cycle rather than take a bus. Got it?
Second.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So stick with that, because if you are not mastering these two, you will confuse, right? But that's why I suggest you to stick with one that you feel comfortable with. Next, yeah.
Yes, I prefer practicing listening in English to speaking.
I prefer practicing listening, right?
In English to speaking.
So speaking, okay. Yeah. So you stick with your structure, okay. And go back to you.
Yes. I prefer to eat at home rather than eat outside.
Now you need to stick with your structure. What structure you picked before?
One.
You stick one, right? So you need to use one.
Yeah.
So stick with the one, only one structure. So you will master it, right? I prefer living.
I prefer living in a single house.
Okay, in a single house. Okay. Okay. So
Living
in
an apartment.
Apartment. Okay, good. Next, Lynn.
Second, teacher. I prefer to eat at home rather than eat in a restaurant.
Is that the first one you picked also, or a different one?
A different one.
Now pick the first one only. Pick one only.
Yes. I prefer eating at home to eating in a restaurant.
Okay. So don't get me wrong that you can use both. You can use both because both has the same meaning. But I want you to stick it just one because you don't get confused when you start speaking. But later on, when you get better, you can use it interchangeably, right? But right now, just stick with one. That's my point.
Okay.
Next,
Yep.
Kenny.
Okay. I prefer playing games in the evening to walking to the park.
Good. Good. Next, Rahim.
I prefer to write in emails rather than write by hand.
Good. Next, Dick. Oh, that's it. Okay. That's it. Sorry, Dick. Okay, so now again, we just practice the structure with the verb prefer. Of course, there are two ways, so you just stick with one way only to use it right now, okay? All right, so Dick, correct the sentences, okay?
Yes.
What's wrong with this sentence?
I refer to go to the street. I refer going to the street. The street market to go into the small.
So now for this one, we need to follow with the first one. I prefer to go, right? I prefer to go.
I refer to go to the street market rather than go to the mall.
Right. Mall.
Mall. Street market.
Mall.
Mall.
Okay. No
Mall.
mall. No mall. Mall.
Mall.
Okay, so remember, refer to rather. You with rather. Okay.
Rather than.
Okay. Next, back to in. What's wrong with this sentence?
Structure 1 or structure 2, teacher?
You look for the first one they use. My students prefer writing, so they use verb in. We need to use with that structure. Writing.
Writing letters to writing.
Yeah, writing email.
To writing email.
Good, right? Okay. Kenny.
Okay. This one.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to talk with.
To talk.
I prefer talking with friends on the phone.
No, stop. Use this first one. Follow the first one. I prefer to talk with friends on the phone rather than what?
Okay. I prefer to talk with friends on the phone rather than use email.
Yeah, use email, not using, right? After that, rather than verb no to. Next, right here.
Yes, sir. My mother prefers shopping at the market rather than to shop online.
Is that rather than prefer shopping? So refer verb in to.
To
what?
to shopping online.
Yeah. Do you understand? Right. You understand that? Okay.
Yes.
If you use verb in, then you have to use to and verb in. Right. Okay. Next, three. Stick here. Three.
Refer to send. My sister generally refer to send text message to talk on the phone rather than to talk to the phone. No, sorry. Rather than talk on the phone.
Mhm.
Talk on the phone. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so do you understand this exercise, everyone? Okay, so we
Now
go.
I have understand.
Huh?
Now I have understand. Before I don't understand.
Now
What?
I understand. Okay.
Yes.
Now I got it. Now I got it.
Now I got it.
Okay. So it's just
I have-
yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is the difference on the phone and over the phone?
It's the same over the phone or
It's
on
the
the
same,
phone. We
okay.
can use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we can use in the phone. It's over the
Okay.
phone or on the phone, not in the
On the
phone.
phone. Okay.
All right. Okay, so the first part we go through. Okay, make sure you master that structure because that is the main structure you use. Okay. All right, these quote markers. This quote markers is a word or phrase, right? That plays a role in managing the flow. Like you connect your idea, right? You're connecting your idea. And actually, and in fact, these two markers are used very commonly in speaking. And if you use these two, you sound like a native speaker, right? So try to use these two. First, we have more, but I just break it down smaller part for you guys to master this, and then I will add more to master it and add more. On the go, you will use more of these, right? For example, it is actually a lot cheaper to go to community college. Like in confusing with these two, but actually these two kind of the same. So they're not big difference, right? In fact, public buses are a lot more environmentally friendly than many people think. So you can use actually or in fact, keep in mind that, okay? All right, so now we practice with that. We use actually in this, okay? So who else? I did stop. Look back to ink, use actually for this one. Okay, so make a sentence with this.
Take longer to.
What takes longer to what than it takes to what? So think of that.
It takes longer to visit my hometown.
Yep. I'll continue.
Then
Then
it takes to. Then it takes. Then it takes to my office.
to come to my
To
office.
come to my office.
Or to get to my office.
To get to my office.
So then we use actually. It's actually, right? It actually takes longer to visit my hometown than it takes to get to my office. Got it? So you actually in the sentence.
Yeah, it actually takes longer to visit my hometown than it takes to get my office.
Okay.
My office.
So you see your sentence better, right? Okay, next. Who Liam. So those are the words then you try to put in in an expression using actually.
In fact, we spoken
Okay.
on phone,
In
but
fact,
in
fact, we
we
have spoken, right?
we have spoken on phone.
On the phone, not
On
on
the
phone.
phone.
On the phone, not over the phone.
Yeah,
Don't
on the
forget.
phone, but we never meet outside.
Met.
Met.
Right? We never met. Right. Okay. So yeah, in fact.
In fact,
Next, Kenny.
Okay.
This is a little bit longer, right?
Yeah. In in fact, my brother looks like usually arrive on time, but he usually late
Okay, keep
a
working.
little.
Like, a little. All right. In fact, my brother looks like usually arrive on time, but he usually late a little. Okay. Good try. Who has a better answer?
In fact, my brother looks like usually arrive on time.
Okay,
but
so
he
when you see something look like, you use the the fixed subject. It looks like. It looks like. It looks like my brother, right? It looks like my brother. So we use actually maybe. Right? Actually, all right.
Right.
All right. Wow. All right. Where is it? On time. Right? On time. So we have the word surprised here. Maybe you can say, I'm surprised, right? I'm a little surprised. Right? Why is usually
Usually late.
late?
Teacher, is it very difficult to make a sentence?
We
Yeah.
practice. That's why you are here with me. That's why you are here with me. So,
Mhm.
so does it make sense now when you put a sentence like that? It looks like, right? Because your brother is always late, but all of a sudden today he's on that, like you guys come to my class late all the time. It looks like my student actually comes to the class on time, right? I'm a little bit surprised because you guys are always late, for example, something like that. So you kind of put together, make it logical thinking. Got it? All right. Or you can say, it looks like my brother arrived on time. In fact, usually late, right? Okay. Did someone say something in the chat? My son crying. Okay, cool. Okay. Poor daddy. Okay. Next. Yeah, right here next. Oh, 10 more minutes. That's fast, my friend. I try to race with the time. Okay. Right here, where are you?
I'm here, sir.
Okay. So tired, fell asleep.
Okay.
So I'm tired.
So can I make a sentence, sir?
Oh yeah, that's what we are doing now.
Okay. So yesterday I feel okay, let me think about this, sir. Actually, I feel so tired.
I felt. I say, where my fell asleep. You may add some more words, but you cannot miss my words. You need to have my words in your sentence. You may add yours. Where are my fell asleep? Have you done your sentence right here?
One moment, sir. My screen is blank.
Okay.
Yesterday,
You change?
Uh,
Okay, yes.
actually, I
So which one?
Actually, so tired.
Hmm. Are you still thinking? Rahim, are you still thinking?
yesterday,
Okay.
yeah, yesterday I feel so, I feel so tired.
I
So
felt. I felt.
actually felt. Actually, I asleep.
I actually felt asleep. Yesterday I felt, or so because we have two, you can see like I was so right. I was so tired. I actually felt asleep. Got it?
Yeah.
I actually felt asleep because yesterday I was so tired. Got it, Rahim? All right, next. If
Not easy to make a sentence. A short hair, like it. I don't know where I can put the word age. What is mean?
ages, age means long time. Age can be 4 ages. It's long time. It's mean long.
Actually, actually, I have heard they sold the house market for age. For age.
Actually, I have heard it sort of what that means. I don't understand.
I don't have markets, but it means at the market.
Okay. Yeah. So sold their house. Okay, sold their house. This one can go together.